Has someone ever told you to just be yourself? Be yourself. These words have probably been said to every single person that has ever lived on this planet. And for good reason too. They acknowledge our inherent uniqueness as individuals, our quirks, personalities, strengths, aversions, affinities, what sort of background, upbringing we had, where we had been in the world, our stage of life, and the experiences we have had. Overall, it's a great message. You should be yourself because everybody else is already taken. You can't even try to be someone else without failing miserably. Being yourself liberates you from being squashed into this cookie cutter, one size fits all standard that every one of a kind individual is judged from. Being you gives your existence some sort of significance in this seemingly absurd and meaningless universe. Being you makes you alive. Just be yourself. But at the same time, I cannot think of more deceiving words to say to a person than to be yourself. I've seen countless examples in my life in which an individual trying so hard to define oneself that they ended up inadvertently being trapped inside a box that was defined by the world, succumbing to the expectations of others surrounding them and losing themselves in the process. I've seen countless examples of young men and women being told repeatedly that they were high achievers when they were little, who end up feeling miserable, demoralized, and losing directions in life, working in professions that they hate, not being able to express themselves, or even feeling like they have permission to be seen as anything other than professional, punctual, and efficient. But on the other hand, I've also seen countless lazy, unfocused, messy, and weird young men and women living out their lives in complete chaos without any social security, feeling unmotivated, as well as a deep sense of hatred for the authority and anything that is structured and ordered, just so they can be themselves as a free-spirited and wild child, and yet at the same time feeling so hopeless and oppressed, even though they can so freely express themselves, often to the point of causing discomfort, mistrust, and even contempt among others who happen to hear them. Who even is this yourself? How do you define yourself? By your job title? How much money you make? What car you drive? What suburb, part of the city you live in? How many children you have? How many partners you've been married to? What your achievements are? And if you don't believe in those materialistic things, maybe what religion do you belong to? Who do you vote for? What political party you agree with? What your affiliations are? Who you associate with? Who is on your side and who your oppositions are? To a young lost soul, being told to be yourself will quickly lead them down a rabbit hole of confusion. On their quest to define oneself, they might end up never successfully completing this task. Life will become too hard. No one will understand me. No one is like me. I'm not like the others. And I will end up being alone. No, it's not as easy as deciding between being a self-improvement monk or being an influential, high-class socialite. How do you even identify each one of these? No, there's a better way to say this. I say a better way to say just be yourself is just be genuine. Because what even is yourself? By trying to define the self, you assume that your life has already been made, has already been decided, and every single development has already been made to you, and that your identity will always be this way. You're already made. In my life, I've been fat, I've been skinny, I've been the awkward one, I've been the dull one, but I've also been the charming and eloquent one. I've been called ugly, I've been called handsome and cute as well. I've been called a manlet, but I've also been told by some people I've had too much to drink and was a complete mad lad to hang out with. But I have also been a boring guy who never goes out and always stay at home. I have been an anti-theist who spent all day debating the religious, but now I cannot get over the fact that there is a loving God who willed me into my existence. You might not always be at your full potential at all times, but if you are genuine, you will always be your true self at that given moment in time. I've drastically changed over the years in some aspects, yet there are many things that have stayed the same since the day that I was born. I have nothing to hide. I've changed. I'm not the same person anymore. I want to show you that I've changed over the years. And at different times in my life, I've been different. I've been a different person. I do not swear allegiance to a version of myself because we are supposed to change. If it's meant to happen, just let it happen. Anyways, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. Stay strong. God bless. And just be, man. You don't have to become, just be. Stay strong. I love you all. And I have complete faith in everyone watching. Sure, be yourself. But most importantly, be genuine.